Hello everyone, AI just never sleeps. And we just got a new update from Flux1, the image diffusion model. They've got new tools called the Flux tools that are able to, based on their Flux1 diffusions model, do additional styles, additional control net, and also something similar to an IP adapter, where you're able to transfer the styles of a reference image. Now, this is the latest announcement blog post from the Flux Black Forest Lab official page, and as you can see here, we've got Flux1 Fill, Flux1 Depth, Flux1 Canny, and Flux1 Redux. Now all these are very similar to what we saw previously in the Hugging Face. Other third-party models, such as when other companies created Inpaint and Outpaint model for the Flux Diffusions model, and for the Flux1 Fill, it is used for Inpaint and Outpaint, and their benchmark for Inpainting and Outpainting is way ahead of other competitors. Now, the additional control net, this is the structural condition with Flux1, Canny, and Depth. They are, of course, very high-quality control net when you compare with other third-party companies or individuals who create control net uploaded on Hugging Face that won't be able to do very detailed control net models for the image output. But Flux1 is not kidding. They have very large models for the control net, which you can download in the Hugging Face from the Black Forest Lab Hugging Face repository. As you can see there, flux1devcontrol.net. First of all, you have to agree to access the repository. You can click to the files where you see these 23 GB control net models. So this is not something small or, 2 or 3 GB file size control net like what you used to see in other people's created control net models. And as well as, of course, the Canny is about the same file size, 23 GB. So reserve your hard disk space before you try out the official control net from Black Forest Lab for Flux. Now these two models are not something I want to talk about. What I want to talk about in this video is mainly focused on Flux1 Redux. This is something we were looking for, a good IP adapter-like AI model in Flux, enabling us to do image style transfer and also doing input image. And it hands-off, doesn't need any, additional text prompt. And we are able to create something with the AI models that restyles our image using prompts or transfers the styles of our reference image like what we used to do in IP adapter. And this is a very handy tool. And the performance of this is, again, they claim, way ahead of the competitors in the market. Let's check out how good it is. Now in ComfyUI, we have already got first-day support for Flux tools, so all 3 additional models for Flux are supported natively in ComfyUI's latest update. So remember to update your ComfyUI before you use this, and we are going to see the Redux. How good is it that I'm able to do the style transfer? I like the IP adapter, so I will be using the Flux1 dev model. And here, as you can see, there's mention of how to get started with this. First, you have to update your ComfyUI to the latest version, and secondly, you download this ClipVision file, which are already in your ComfyUI. You can search for Models Manager in the ComfyUI Manager interface. You can do a search in the search bar. Very simple. You type Redux, and there you go. You've got the model files already in here. It will automatically save in your ClipVisions folder. So just click Install, and it will help you download and locate those files in your file system. The third step is to confirm that you have the Flux models in your Models UNet folder. So come back to the Models folder in our ComfyUI. So in the ComfyUI here, you can select the Models folder and then go to the UNet folder and make sure you have the Flux1 Diffusions model available. And I'm using the Flux1 Dev FP8 version. And also one thing you can see is an additional folder called Style Models, which is where we are going to locate our Flux1 Redux models. And here, as it mentions in the third step, the fourth step, download Redux models into the Style Models subfolder, and we can start playing around with some simple basic workflows to do image transfer or any style transfer with our existing image. For example, like this one, I really like this remix of multiple images into one image. It's very similar to what we used to do in IPA adapter, where we can have multiple images for different masking regions in our IP adapter. Very similar concept to that. But then, of course, this is built in with Flux1, so it's going to be way more integrated with the diffusion model itself. So once we come back to the ComfyUI, we start a fresh Comfy page, and then we get the center of that. And again, make sure you have downloaded the Flux1 Redux models, which are on the Hugging Face page. I will share the link in the description below. This is about 129 megabytes. File size is not heavy, and it's very convenient to use for most people's PCs. And as you can see, this Flux Tools update was just about 17 hours ago, not too long ago, so this is very new stuff. So let's create a workflow together and see how that goes. Okay, so let's start with one image example for our Redux use of Flux models. First of all, we are going to try out the default. We have a text-to-image workflow, a very basic one where you have Flux models and two clip files, model files, and the VAE sends it to text prompts, and we got the Flux sample model settings and also the Flux guidance and pass it to the K-sampler where we have VAE decode for our generated image. Very simple basic workflow. And in here, let's say I want, a birthday cake, and let's click and see what we got. All right, cool. So we got a birthday cake here. It's nothing fancy, only a very typical normal birthday cake. And let's say we have the Redux models here. And as you can see from this structure, all these nodes are not downloaded from other third-party custom nodes. This is all coming from ComfyUI by default, where you see this is officially from ComfyUI nodes that by default came in the latest version update of ComfyUI. So in here, we got the load image, and then we got the clip visions. Remember this load clip visions. This is from where we just downloaded models. And of course, you can download the other patch of clip visions to test out. But I recommend using the clip vision first that they recommend on the Flux website or the ComfyUI website here. And then we have again the clip vision encode, where this is going to be encoding the image using the clip vision's model loader to understand your image basically and transfer that to the image prompt, very similar to what we used to do in IPA-Adapter. And then we got the style model. Of course, this is the Flux Redux models loaded in here. And lastly, we got the applied styles models. This is like how we connect the control net by connecting the positive conditioning and pass the output of the conditioning to the K-sampler. So in here, you can just double-click on any empty area on the Flux, the ComfyUI, and you can just type styles, and this one will appear, apply styles model. And as you can see, this is coming officially from ComfyUI nodes, and you can start connecting all these styles and models together just like this. So what we can do here with those existing text-to-image models or text-to-image workflows is connect the positive nodes here to the conditioning and then pass the output conditioning to the K-sampler. Or alternatively, you can use the conditioning first back to the Flux guidance and pass the Flux guidance output to the K-sampler, whichever way you like. But it always goes to the positive text prompts, which I can set this in a slightly better way to see. This is the official positive text prompt, and of course, the negative text prompt. We can just ignore that. We don't need that anyway. So I have another image of a cake. This is more decorated with roses and more fancy styles of birthday cake. And let's say I have this very typical boring birthday cake that I want to style with my reference image. So let's try this way. So there you go. We got our birthday cake. Way better, not a boring typical birthday cake, and your wife will be happy to see this one. So basically, you can see the styles from the reference image here when I have the output and the input side by side together. And we see there's a lot of influence from our reference image where all the roses decorate the top of this cake. And multiple layers of the cake are also following our reference image. And that looks very similar to what we have. But of course, it's not exactly the same image. Just be aware of that. And when a lot of people back then in the IP adapter age asked about if we can use the IP adapter to reproduce exactly the same objects using IP adapter, and that is not a possible thing or not reasonable because IP adapter, or now we are using Redux, is referencing our input image and using that as an image prompt to generate similar styles of image. Another way that we can use for multiple images, which is going to be in here, is that we can handle multiple images on the top part here, just like we used to do in ControlNet. We connect multiple applied models. So first apply styles models for the cake, and we can connect the second one, apply styles models, and then connect the conditioning output back to the positive condition for K-sampler clip vision output from the new applied styles model nodes. We are going to create another new one, which is going to input another image for the second reference. So therefore, we have to use another load image, and then the clip visions. We are going to connect again the load clip visions, and we can share the same clip visions and the styles models output data here to multiple clip visions, encode, and apply styles models for the style model output here. So right here, I will set two images again, and we can see how that looks. And here we got the multiple image reference for the Flux Redux enabled to connect the cake and woman AI image and two conditions together. Connect for the K sampler again. The K sampler is nothing special, all simple settings here. And we got an image generated combining two image styles within one image. So a cake and of course some decorations on top of the woman's head, and this is coming from the cake image styles. But then this part looks very nice, like, on a birthday, and then the woman holding a birthday cake, something like these Instagram style photos, and then as you can see right here, we can even try something different. But currently, these connections using apply styles models with two images only blend two image styles together in one. So if you want to control the locations of, for example, the cake and the locations or regions of the woman in the output image, you have to use a regional mask, which I will talk about later in other videos. Also, you can set the strength of each reference image. So here's another example of using the conditioning strength where we have another new node from the updated ComfyUI, the condition average where you can set the conditioning strength. In here, I have set the conditioning, which is coming from the Flux guidance of the text prompt's positive condition. Now, starting from the positive conditions, we have also applied the new Flux Redux models using this reference image. For the birthday cake reference image, we are going to set the condition first in the apply style model. Through the applied style model, the output of the conditioning we pass to the conditioning to. So there's a to and from. We have to be clear, have a very clear mindset of how you control your stuff here. And then you set, for example, I want to set 50% of influence by this birthday cake reference image. And after all, you can pass the output conditioning to another work of the image generation. So in this case, I have passed to the second applied style, which is the woman as the main character in my output image. And then this conditioning is going to process with the second reference image here with the Flux1 Redux for the style. And after all, we will pass the output of the conditioning to the K-sampler positive condition. So in here, I got the output image of what I just generated. And as you can see, it's less influenced by the rose decorated birthday cake where we just got some roses and some plants that are influenced by the first reference image. And if we are turning up back to strength 1.0, that means 100%, then it will get lots of influence from the rose birthday cake here. So for example, I want to do another setting of conditions for the second reference image, which is this character here. So here's another example that I have for multiple settings for the conditioning strength for each reference image. First, we got our previous settings for the rose cake here, strength to 0.5, and then I set another conditioning strength for the second image, which is this character, and again put it to 0.5, which is 50% from the reference. And I generated multiple images and just wanted to test the average of how the styles are going to influence, and that is about the same influence on the output image for both reference conditioning. So yeah, that is the basic way of setting up using the Flux1 Redux. It is very similar to what we have in the previous Stable Diffusion IP adapter, and we have a natively integrated node in ComfyUI. Also, the models are built by the company itself, Flux from Black Forest Lab. So the performance overall is very smooth. I haven't felt any lagging or, like the XLab IP adapter where it's loading very heavily. And then the output images are not always what we expected them to be sometimes. but the overall performance and the output images are very stable in terms of the AI performance from the Flux1 Redux models. So try that out. This is going to be very exciting, and there are more tools that I will cover in later videos. So I will see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. See ya!